Okay, 97 F250 Power Stroke Diesel 4x4, heavy duty. Got a little rust. It's mine's truck. She bought it new, so it's been very well taken care of beyond the rust. Besides the rust, but the emergency brake snapped, so I picked up two from Dorman, the 8.3 and the 8.2. It's pretty obvious which one is which because one is going to the passenger side. This one, it's a lot longer. These is what you gotta to take it out in the back of the shield there. You just gotta push in with some pliers on these. Give it a little lubrication first, wire brush it, and then this part goes into the actual emergency brake part. That goes in here. Just got to slip that out first, and obviously clean it before you do that. Getting these off the drums and all that, it's pretty heavy. Use a good torque bar because those lug nuts are on super tight. Obviously jack it up safely. And then on the driver's side, same thing. This is the shorter cable, and you just pinch it right there, and then you'll remove it from the actual brake right here. So you don't have to take all the shoes off. These shoes, I ordered shoes in drums for this, but I'm just going to use the drums. The shoes are fine. They've got plenty of meat if you compare the new ones to the old one. There's plenty of meat on these. So I can save these for my truck, which is also an F350, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. But these are the new shoes. I'll do it on the other side, it's a little brighter. But if you compare, it's almost the same. Very little wear on these. These are 3-inch. So there's 2.5-inch and there's 3-inch. But the heavy duties have the 3-inch and the 250. Probably the 350s are all 3-inch. But this is the other cable. This is the driver's side cable. And this one actually was a little trickier to get off. What I ended up doing to get it off was I used this little hook, and that was able to get underneath inside here to pull that out, because that spring is holding tension between the back of your shield and then there. So once you get it in, there's under tension. Then up here there's one bolt that's a 1/2 inch right there that holds both cables. And then going over the rear axle, there's one. You just use a screwdriver, you can pop it out of those. That's just for the passenger side. But this is the tricky part here. And so the two cables come into this connector right there. Clean those off real nice. And then those two come in here. This is where they both snapped right there. And this goes to the inside the cab, and then this coupling. But basically to reconnect these, it's very hard to pull enough tension on that to get it tight. So what I did was I used this ratchet, hooked that on there, hooked it up to the front, and then I was able to cinch it enough to get enough tension on it. So now it's a nice tight cable. And if there's an emergency, you can stop, which is very important. So that's the trick. Use a ratchet when you're doing that final connection, because unless you are Hercules or Arnold Schwarzenegger, you cannot pull enough to get that cable over. That's it. Gotta love your Ford truck.